you apart.
National lockdown. Lockdown.
The Lockdown Companion.
We're on. Welcome to episode 27.
Yeah, boy. 27. As always, can't believe we've made it this far, but here we are.
We're doing it.
And
I love it. We're doing it, and I love it, dude.
Love it. Like,
Love
can't
it.
wait. I wake up like, oh yeah, like super hyped.
I actually do look forward to it.
I look forward to it too. Even
I
the
look forward to it
conversations
every
we have
week.
before we even start recording is always kind of nice and insightful. So there we go.
I know, right? I almost think we should just press record straight away because they're probably interesting chats, and we can't repeat it because then it would be like scripted, wouldn't it? You know?
Yeah, and certain things you probably don't want to disclose.
That's true. Yeah, tax information. Yeah, no, good point. Yeah, no, fair enough. We'll stick with the current formula.
Yeah.
Seems to work, doesn't
Just
it?
keep pretending this like I'm skint thing that you keep doing. Yeah, I'm broke.
Oh no! So
Anyway.
I'm really tired because I've been cycling so much because I'm overexcited about not being injured anymore,
Which is amazing.
which is amazing. But it's not really an excuse compared to why you're really tired.
I know, dude. I had a big weekend, Really big weekend. Super fun. Like,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't. Lying. Wasn't fun.
Wasn't fun,
Was it?
no? Okay.
No. It's one of those like type 2 fun things.
So what?
Like,
So explain the entirety of this type 2 fun that you went
Okay.
through this weekend.
so I it's funny because this challenge came on my radar a year and a half, 2 years ago when I saw it first, and I was like, I fancy a go at that. And then randomly, I was laid in bed with Emma, my girlfriend. Don't know where I was
With
going
a
now,
bird,
but
you were going to say with some bird.
with my
It
mistress.
sounded cool though, dude. For a
Yeah.
moment, I was like, yeah, David. Yeah.
I was laid in bed, and David Goggins, who sort of created this challenge, posted about it about a month ago, and was
David Goggins post of vloggins.
like, post, yeah,
That's
David
what
Goggins,
they say, isn't it? Yeah.
the vlog. He should have his channel should be called Vloggins, really, but it's
Yeah,
not.
really. Good.
Anyway, so he posted this thing. So I think it's the 5th of March every year. He sets this challenge called the 4x4x48.
Yeah.
So basically, the
4x4x40.
the goal is you run 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours, which equates to a 48-mile run. So I saw that he posted it, and randomly I'd been talking to Emma about it before, and I was like, I really fancy a go at this. I might just do it one weekend and just see if I can do it. And then all of a sudden he posted it, and I was like, this is my calling. I just need to give this shit a go.
Gotta do it.
So yes, I did a little bit of training in between. Not a lot. Like, for anyone listening, if you've not already watched my little shit video I just posted, I'm not a runner.
Sorry.
Oh, it's all right. I just took the GoPro out with me every now and again when I was.
I'm not a runner. I just run a lot.
No, I'm not a runner. No, I'm not a runner. I'm not a
wanna
runner.
be a player. No,
I don't
Do you know
like
what
it.
song I'm talking about? Or not even.
No. What is it?
Big Punisher. No, don't worry about it. Okay, so you're not a runner. You just run a lot.
Yeah, but it's like, it's one of them. I do it because it's easy sometimes. Like, you know, we've had this discussion. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to get my bike out. I just don't want to get covered in shit. I don't want to wash it. But often strapping a pair of trainers on and just going and getting muddy is as fun sometimes as going for a bike ride.
No doubt. You can
But
do
in
it in
a
an
weird
hour. You
kind-
can make yourself tired in an hour, huh?
Yeah, really. So you can get a smashing workout in if that's what you're after, and also you feel good after it.
Yeah.
So anything like this for me is an essential for my mental health. I need to work out. I need to push myself. So challenges like this, I keep an eye on them, and then I'm like, I fancy giving that a go. So this one, like I said, it's been on my radar for a bit. So a little bit of training, but I feel like even after doing it, there's not much training you could do for this one.
Really, yeah. So the
Yeah,
overall
it's weird.
distance is what?
48 miles,
Yeah.
which is a long way. It's a long way, actually.
It's a really long way, isn't it?
It's
really?
pretty much like a double marathon. But it's a weird thing because it's split into 4-mile segments. So
It's like the centurion of running.
it actually is, yeah. That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
So for me, like the 4-mile run
Yeah.
isn't hard because it's, I can run that sort of no problem. But the bit I really struggle with is, for me, with running, I settle into running after about an hour. So, you know, like when you go for a ride and the first bit, you're like, oh, it's just fucking shit. I'm tired, my legs ache. But then after a bit, you loosen up and
Getting
you're
rhythm,
good for the next however long. So with 4 miles for me, that's like the worst part of running, because it's the bit where my knees hurt, my ankles start hurting. Yeah. And then you're home again and it stops. So I felt like I experienced all like the worst bits of running relentlessly for 48 hours. So pretty proud, man. Like I ran, so there's 12 cycles of 4 miles. I ran 10 of them. The 2 that I didn't run, I ran about 75% of it, and I just sort of stretched a little bit. I took the dog on those 2, so I went up a different route, which is all uphill, and then a little bit down, well, pretty much all downhill on the way home.
50% probably, if you start and finish at the same point. Probably 50.
Great. Probably 50, yeah, you're right. It's probably 50. So I ran like 75% of those. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I can't believe that I did it. Like I say, I've not really done much training, really. The longest one I've done is 16 miles, probably since doing a marathon 2 years ago. And I feel like if anyone can probably put their mind to that and give it a shot, to be honest.
Oh, that's wicked. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a mental challenge, you feel, rather than...
Yeah, that's what I felt. You know, like, when you go on this is the best way I can describe it, actually. So, you know, when you go on a ride and you bonk somewhere, let's say you're doing a 30-mile ride and you bonk at mile 25. You're like, right, it's only 5 miles to go. Grin and bear it. Get through it.
Yeah.
It's like that, but then I remember the worst one I had, was the 8 a.m. run, which was Saturday morning. That was the worst one. It was miles 20 to 24. And basically halfway. Yeah. And I bonked pretty hard. And I'm like, oh, it's all right. I'm like halfway. And then I'm like, oh, actually, that's 24 hours. And it's 24 miles away. So it's a weird one to get your head around, because like the time in between was almost harder than the running, because you sat around like trying to stay active, eating loads, tired, trying to sleep, but you can't sleep because you know you're getting up again in 2 hours. So it was pretty hard, man. Like, it was more of a mental thing, I feel like, than the actual... I mean, the physical was hard, but the mental aspect of it was probably harder. So, yeah, we got it done though, man. Like, it's one of them. Ticked it off.
Good man. Well done.
A little bit sore, but yeah, we're good.
Killer.
Yep. Just had, worst bits, probably sore nipples.
Really? Yeah. You have to take them up, do you?
So, I didn't, but I just pseudo-crammed them up. And then, worst thing, man. We talked about it before. My bumhole was just in a...
Your bumhole? Specifically, yeah.
Bad.
There you go.
Bad, dude. Like,
really?
Because I was eating so much, I couldn't stop going to the toilet. So, just the constant wiping was just... Need to, life lesson.
I never realised that at all.
Buy more expensive toilet paper, because the cheap stuff will ruin you after 48 hours of constant wiping. It's like a wiping marathon. It was brutal.
So many things I didn't even realise. I used to love running. I used to if I got to the end of the day and I wasn't tired from riding, I'd just run around the field opposite my parents' house. Yeah, relentlessly. And just do sprints, then do skipping, do like all the basketball, like you used to have warm-ups, like you had to do laps of, run drills before playing. Yeah. And I used to just do that until I got tired. And this is at 11 o'clock at night, like a weirdo.
That's good. I think, I don't know, for me personally, I need this stuff. Like, it gives me a mental clarity. After, like, I feel good now. Yeah. Really good. I feel like I felt after, like, running a marathon or doing a super long ride where, you feel a little bit shitty after. But the week after that, you're, like, on top of the world because you've accomplished something. And I just get mental clarity for a bit, which is really nice.
Yeah, too right, yeah.
And then I'll be back into clouds and anxiety, no doubt, in another week or so. So there we go.
And then straight back into the podcast. Okay.
But yeah, stoked, really happy.
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah, nice to accomplish something. I think there's not much else going on right now, so set a goal and just get after it.
Too right, dude. Too right.
Speaking of doing stuff, though, you're riding loads. You're riding like a pro rider again, which is sick.
Riding like a pro rider again, but I'm not in... Dude, but like, if I'm honest, okay, so I posted a clip the other day and it looks like I'm back to 100% normal, and
Good clip.
I'm definitely not back to 100% normal. Like, dude, it blows my mind how off it I am. Really. Like I can tell I'm staring at my front wheel loads. Everything comes up real quick. Literally the whole time I'm thinking about my foot, and I'm thinking about like G's through the pedal and stuff. Like I'm not amongst it yet, dude. I'm a long way off. Like
right.
And I am sensible, and I guess maybe I am a bit. I don't know what the word is. Maybe I'm a bit conservative with the recovery, but I don't know. I get what am I 10, 11 weeks in from surgery.
Yeah.
And I just riding, like everything comes up mega quick on me, and I don't feel good on a bike, dude. I don't feel good on a bike. So
really?
at the minute, it's a bit of a battle. Not gonna lie, and I'm doing a lot of like long rides just to try and become fit again. And
so on average, like how much are you riding a day even? How many hours are you spending in the saddle?
I sort of just go on 2 rides, but a lot I try and just go on 2 rides a day, and maybe the second one will be an e-bike ride, and the first one currently tends to be a long ride, just because I'm trying to get fit, and I don't really want to just be busting out downhill laps at the minute.
Right. Yeah. So just from the house as well, obviously.
Yeah, just from the house.
Do you ever get not bored, but you're leaving from the house every time, you're riding some of the same stuff?
No, I don't. I can't care less. No, I really love. Yeah, I'm definitely weird in that respect. Like I can just do the same loop, and I have the same bits where I do a cutty. I have the same bits where I have to nose bonk a bank next to the. It's like obsessive compulsive. Super weird. 100%. I have one bit where I'm going really fast down a fire road, and I have to make myself do like back-to-back turns with no grip. Like I do all sorts of weird stuff.
I like and then that's really good. Yeah, so that keeps the local like exciting as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it just And there's certain like gaps. Like I don't even want to do half the stuff, and I just make myself do it because I think it's good to. I've definitely always been like that. Just like make myself do things that I don't want to do in order to stay with it. But definitely, I feel it feels tough at the minute. Like I'm just not with it, dude. Like I know when I'm with it, everything feels easy.
Yeah. Do you think sometimes it doesn't help riding with other riders that are arguably some of the best in the world?
Mate, it's no shit. Like, yeah. I tell you what, it makes me realise actually, like I definitely get drawn into sort of like dick swinging. Just naturally, if you're riding with like people that you've, I guess, competed with always. So if Bren does something, I have to do it, or if I do something, Bren has to do it. It goes completely both ways.
Yeah.
And then like I find it really, really difficult at the minute going out for a ride and like not being able to join in because I think it actually makes you realise that you sort of like build a picture of yourself. Yeah. Actually, so true. So I've built a picture of myself over the years as I'm the guinea pig, I'm the guy who does it first, or I'm the guy that does something gnarly, or like that sounds really dumb. It's not, and I guess it does affect your like. I guess what I'm talking about here is the ego.
Yeah, you are. That is exactly right. Yeah,
it's 100% that. And it keeps me safe a lot of the time because I think, fuck you. If you can do it, I can do it too. To anyone in the world, anywhere I am, and it stops me being scared. It stops me hesitating. It stops me crashing. It stops anything being like out of reach. If there's a jump, someone's done it. I can do it too. All of those things are like positive effects of my ego, I guess.
Yeah,
I hadn't really thought about it, but yeah.
No, that's interesting, man. That's super interesting. Yeah. So you have to at the moment is the ego taking a bit of a beating, or
dude, the ego's taking a hit. I go out for rides and I'm just like, and it's not like I just realise I'm so prone to just dick swinging, completely dick swinging. Like just someone else does it, so I have to do it. It's not necessary, And I've just got this niggling thing the entire time that says you should be taking it easy, or should you do that? Just making me question things and like try and take it easy, or try and look at even what someone else does in a different way. Like someone else does something and you just think, I don't need to do it. It's really hard. I genuinely really struggle with all of it. It's quite difficult.
Yeah.
So don't struggle with it. You know what I mean? No, like
totally. I know what you mean. I do know what you mean.
Yeah, and like I come back from a ride and I don't have the same feeling if I don't do things that make me uncomfortable.
Right.
I don't. So I can come back from a ride and it can be a really good ride. Really, in hindsight, it's a really good ride. But I'll get back and I'll just be like, fucking didn't hit.
Yeah,
that
but you
fucking
can't live
gap.
like that all the time because you got to hit the ceiling at some point of like.
Yeah, but still, someone else is doing it, you know, and they're my friends, and I do all the things that my friends do. So, yeah. So at the minute, that's where I'm at. So I'm constantly thinking about my ankle. I think a big part of it is that not to make this podcast any more about me fucking breaking my ankle. Jeez, if you've not tuned out already, but yeah, as I've said before, many a time, I didn't feel like I had much feedback from the crash. Like nothing really happened differently, and it broke. So I think I'm thinking about that a lot at the minute. It'll all go away, and I'll go back to being a mindless, ego-driven idiot again. But
did you not hit that jump again recently?
No, I didn't. That was bollocks. I didn't. That was that was fake. Yeah, I'm not hitting that. Yeah, like no one wants to hit that. If you see it, you won't want to hit it. It's just pointless. It's just like rubbish.
Is it?
Yeah, but I've done it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's funny though that you posted it, and I was like, oh, getting after it.
I just went and posed. My suspension wasn't compressed. It was funny actually. Most of the comments I got were like, nah, the suspension isn't bottomed out, nah.
Apart from me, I'm like, oh wow, good effort, dude.
Yeah, get him. And another run. Yeah, you're probably just exhausted, dude. You're not paying attention.
It's like, yeah, whatever.
Totally.
Funny. So, you talk about like the ego there and going and always probably always having a really high expectation of your own riding.
Yeah,
and like you said, most stuff that you come to, you're comfortable with. What's it like then when you go to something where you feel uncomfortable? Like obviously you don't race too often, so if you go to a World Cup, what's your brain doing? Is your brain going, I could do that, or is your brain going?
See, racing's just something I can't touch. I can't.
What about Rampage though?
Yeah, but there's a load of. That with Rampage, I'm just not attracted to just like helicopters and people shouting your name. Ultimately, just that. Like, there's so many things that I would love to. I'm not being a dick saying that, but there's so many things that in the right situation I would want to ride if I was with my friends and we were out in the desert and there was a gnarly shoot or something.
Yeah,
I'd want to be one of the
televised aspect of it.
Yeah, in my head, I'd want to be one of the guys doing it. But then as soon as you put it on TV and it becomes all like. It just becomes weird. I just think it takes away from it for me for some reason, and so does racing. If I'm honest, I love going quick even, and then racing takes away from it, which I don't fully understand. I'm sure a sports psychologist would have a field day on me.
Yeah,
but
probably.
It takes away from. I love going quick, and it just ruins it as soon as I'm racing.
Yeah. So there's no gauge on it either then, because you're going fast, but there'll never be a clock telling you if you went fast.
Yeah. Exactly.
Head saying I was fast.
That was fast, dude.
That was fast.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't time it though. Don't time it.
we got those timing poles at one point, or Brent did, cool. And it was really fun, really interesting how like your normal everyday trail that you ride on every loop that you go out on. Let's say, as soon as you put a beam at the start, a beam at the end, it changes it. And totally. You crank, and like corners come up quick, and it's completely different. It was fascinating, actually. Yeah.
Totally. No, I've been and done something similar to that before, like the little dual races that they used to do in Sheffield, where similar to that, like you can ride dual with your friends all day long, and then as soon as there's a post and a timing thing, you're like fucking overshooting corners, just all over the place.
Oh, dude, totally.
Overriding the shit out of everything.
Oh, so funny, isn't it?
Yeah. Is there like a feature or something that's ever like really reality checked you or ego checked you?
Like I've not hit stuff before. Yeah. But I always think, I could hit it. Well, Fest is a good example.
Yeah.
So I went out to Dark Fest, obviously like some of the biggest, and I'm not on a downhill bike, so it's not like I'm expected to hit it. But I hit the warm up line, and I was like, oh, it's bloody big and seems a bit windy. Like, what are we doing here? And then that's 50 foot, and they've got a 100-foot jump, and then I just think. But mate, I've never had a downhill bike, so I follow people in, and downhill bikes go way quicker, and you have to go way slower if you're short travel bikes. It's always just been stressful and complicated. Like,
okay, I feel you. Interesting though. I like your thoughts on the ego. That is super interesting, and I bet loads of people probably deal with the same thing, especially local riding. Stuff like
exactly.
That.
It's the same for everyone. Absolutely, it's the same for everyone. Because if you've got five people, you're not all going to be exactly the same. Some people will be really good at like steep, techie stuff and natural turns with no support. Some might be good at jumps, and so everyone goes through the exact. In my head, anyway, everyone goes through the exact same thing.
Yeah. I've definitely suffered with that as well. I think thinking about it now, I've always sort of had this, like you said, like high expectation almost of what you can do on a bike, and when it doesn't work out, I just think it was I don't know. I wouldn't say I blame something else. I'm trying to think. I've always had, and I'll be honest, I've always had this like relatively high expectation of. I think it's how do you put it? We might have spoke about it before. The moto to mountain bike transition. You instantly, I feel like you can start going quite fast. And then you start thinking, like I did like one downhill race in New Zealand, in Australia, and I'm like, maybe I could qualify for a World Cup. And then you're like, no, like what are you doing? My expectation is so much higher than what I can actually do. I think. I don't know. Probably it is. And let's be honest, like fucking hell, I've got friends that have tried to qualify for World Cups that couldn't, and they are ridiculously good on the bike.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it?
I've always thought that, and I probably shouldn't. But
I don't really know if I fully understand what the kind of dictionary definition of the ego is, because in my opinion, a lot of people it's largely considered negative, an ego. Oh, he's got a bit of an ego on him, hasn't he? And I would say, if I don't know if I've even got the right definition, but I would say that my ego has helped me a lot in life in terms of, for like, as in good reasons, and it doesn't have to be that because my ego has been apparent. God, I don't even know what I'm talking about.
No, I know what you mean. I feel like your ego can also. I feel like the ego can also be confidence, so that you are confident in putting yourself in situations which are either going to expand your career or your network of people that you know, a new sponsor, because you probably understand the value of your self and
exactly
and stuff.
Or like,
but then the ego also can be quite damaging when you start thinking above and beyond what you're capable of.
I think
also
of it,
what you maybe deserve.
I think of it as someone going to me, Ollie, you've got a big head and curly hair and you're ugly, dude. And then I go, nah, I'm the shit. And then I think I don't really think I'm the shit, but you know what I mean. I'm preserved by the fact that I don't care. I'll do this big jump or whatever. Like, probably my ego is quite intertwined. This is why it's apparent to me at the minute, and I never normally think about it. But it's probably quite intertwined with being okay at biking, if you know what I mean. So
there's a confidence there.
Exactly. Actually, I would say that's 100%. Actually, thinking back to it, right, this is really getting therapeutic. All right, we're on episode 27. It's therapy session.
Will be at 28.
So when I was little, I didn't really have any friends. I was very quiet. I didn't have much self-confidence, and I got bullied. And then as soon as I found out I was good at something, we were off to the races. So I was good at basketball, and I knew I was good at basketball, and people told me, and I'd beat everyone at basketball. And then I was like, fuck, well, like, literally sport gave me my confidence. So then after that I was like, oh, I'm good at basketball, then I can be good at something else, or I can be good at this. It doesn't have to be sport even. It can be like, oh, well, I approach basketball with confidence, and why don't I just approach speaking with confidence, or or like it can be anything. Speaking to, do you remember when you were little, speaking on the phone was scary?
Oh mate, 100%.
Yes,
really scary.
And then as soon as you just get rid of it and think, do you know what, dude? No, I'm all right at some stuff. I'll speak on the phone. Oh, now I'm all right at speaking on the phone. Turns out that was okay. So I think sport has been a big one for me, definitely. Like in terms of just finding out, just being comfortable in my own skin, really, more than anything.
Yeah, you know what? I can attest to that as well. I remember growing up, going to school, similar to like what you're saying, going to school, and I was like the outcast kid more than most, because I was the only kid who was like interested in motocross.
Yeah,
and a lot of the time bikes in general. It was only when we got a little bit older that like my friends started riding and stuff, and it became a bit cool. I mean, we're going back, fucking hell, early 2000s and stuff.
Yeah.
But that sense of, it was like a confidence that came from being the only kid that's literally in my area who had a dirt bike, that wore these clothes that no one else knew what a Fox logo was. Like, no one knew what that was. But it brought like a confidence with it as well, that I was like happy in my own skin, and that I was like not in my own skin. It's like, happy in my own clothes. That's probably a better way of describing it.
No, it's in your own skin, isn't it? It's just happy with yourself.
Happy with it. Like, I was happy being the kid that no one understood what I did at the weekend. A lot of other friends were off doing whatever, drinking, fucking playing football, but fuck them, totally. And I was off doing that, and it came with like quite a lot of confidence, I think. Yeah. And I think I've carried that through in my life as well. And I've always stuck, similar to you, like in the same circles, the same sports, the same thing, in some respects, like being a lifer. I always like that word. But it's definitely, I remember getting, I wouldn't say bullied, but when you're the only kid in a school who's wearing skate shoes, do you know what I mean? Or like, nobody else seemed to understand it at all, and you're gonna get teased a little bit.
But it doesn't. It doesn't have to make sense as an adult. Bullying's all encompassing when you're a kid, isn't it? I mean, dude, I got bullied about my different coloured eyes. Like, I give a fuck about my different coloured eyes. Are you serious? I don't care. I've got different coloured eyes. I'm a grown up.
Little do you know, like when you're older, that is the icebreaker of my conversations with a girl, or like.
There you go. Whatever. Yeah. This one's glass. That always gets them. No, but like it, in hindsight, it seems stupid. But little Ollie, it didn't seem stupid. It seemed a big deal, and it didn't seem funny either. I don't like bullies. I don't like any of that shit. I like. Yeah. Like, and I think as well.
Did you have a school uniform?
Sorry.
Did you have a school uniform?
Not anymore, mate. I've grew out of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We had school uniform. Yeah. Weird.
Oh right. You see, we didn't, which was.
Didn't you?
Awful.
See, there you go. Yeah, it's such an avenue for bullying, isn't it?
Massive, dude, massive. Like, and where I went to school, it was quite kind of like a mixed bag of kids. So we had like the school sort of backed onto a pretty rough sort of council estate. Yeah. So you get kids who couldn't afford nice things. Yeah. And then in the same school, you had kids rocking up with like Calvin Klein. I mean, back then it was like Polo, Ralph Lauren shirts. Like kids would wear those to school, and it was. That's what I mean. It was like a massive diversity within a.
Totally, same with mine as well. You're
too young to deal with that. Looking back, you should have had school uniform. It should have been the same across the board.
I've always felt like I had crummy stuff when I was younger, and really? And ultimately I had such a wonderful childhood, and
dude, you see, everything was the best. But no one knew what it was. That was the weird thing. I'd be like, a Fox shirt and like. Nice, like, I don't know, no fear hoodie, and people would be like, it could be from like Tesco for anyone.
I still to this day am pissed off with my brother Oscar because I had to have CNA. Do you remember CNA?
Yeah.
So Mum used to get me T-shirts. I'd have to go to training in bloody CNA things that just said basketball in capital letters. I was like obsessed with basketball. I wanted Nike shit. I didn't want I want to be like Mike. I have to have like. Basketball, CNA, and then like a chick with a netball on the front. I'm turning up like a loser, like fuck. And then anyway, so I never had basketball trainers to start with because they were simply too expensive. My poor mum. Now I'm older, I just think, how on earth did my parents do it? That 4 kids, it's insane. Yeah. That's so much money, and they all want fucking Jordans, don't they? So. Anyway, I had it'll make her laugh because she'll remember it as well, and Oscar will. Oscar's like the coolest. He doesn't want even nice shit, but these Jordans happened to be in the sale when he wanted his first set of basketball shoes. So I'm there in bloody running shoes, turning up, and I've been, I'm working really hard on basketball, and then Oscar just fucking bowls up with Jordans, and I was so pissed. I remember when I was younger, I was just like, that is so unfair. I'm in the CNA basketball thing, which. In reality, he was as well. He just had a set of Jordans, but in fact, poor fucker had my hand-me-down CNA probably.
It's crazy, isn't it, when you think back to those times? And I did the same. Like with ice hockey, when I was playing hockey a lot, like we couldn't really afford the nice, good quality stuff. So I had like hand-me-down. I had like the shittest hockey kit, but you're one of the best players on the team, but you can't even have like I didn't, like the hockey padded shorts. Yeah. It's like basically what hockey players wear, for the first 2 years of playing hockey, I didn't have any. I just used to wear like tracksuit bottoms with some shin pads on.
Full kook. But
full on goon. Full on.
It's good though, isn't it? Being a goon, it humbles you, I think.
Yeah. It shapes you.
It does for sure. It's funny, dude. I actually I don't know why I fucking really. Right, so yeah, why not? Let's talk about it. Right, so when I was younger, we lived in a lovely house, but until I was 18, I was sharing a room with 2 of my brothers, and my sister was in another room. So it was really lovely. It had a nice garden, but it was small, and we didn't have shitloads of money, naturally, because if you have 4 children, you don't. It's impossible. Anyway, developers came to us, and my mum and dad were smart, and they held off from saying yes. So they were the last people, so they essentially had ransom over this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, our house was a big house split into loads of houses, and we were the last people. So they just said, nah, we don't want to move, because obviously they knew that it was worth so much money. So then, when eventually they negotiated that we got a way bigger house. So we got this, it was like a lottery win overnight. We went from, I think our house was a 170 grand house to a lot more. It's a big house. It was 800, I think, at the time.
Wow, really?
Big house, yeah. It's run down as fuck, but it's a big house, and we ended up having a room and stuff. So, a room each. So, I could start then to sort of actually get with girls, because as you can imagine, in a bunk bed, it's not the best look, you know, at 18 years of old. Just let that sink in for a bit. 18 years of age. Yeah. Goodness. Unfuckable dude.
You got some promiscuous stuff outside that house, though.
Nothing, dude. Nothing. I'd love to say I did. Nothing. But yeah. So then we moved to this big house, and then I and still to this day, me and my siblings talk about it. Like, you feel self-conscious because you sort of feel like you're faking. Like, we're not rich people, and yet we're down a lovely road, and we're in this big house. It's run down as fuck because big houses take a lot of work and stuff.
Yeah.
But
so
I remember just
that.
Thinking about that.
For moving from that house, they got the other one.
Yeah, we got kicked out of our house, but then subsequently they bought. So it really was, for my parents, they did very well, and they essentially almost won a quarter of a lottery or whatever. You know, they won a lot of money in this move.
Wow.
But I remember then just how things changed, or how I felt an amount of embarrassment about my house, and so did my siblings as well. Obviously, we're so fucking lucky. We've got this big garden. I've now got a bike workshop. I've got my own bedroom, so I can start to be friends with members of the opposite sex. But yeah, it's weird. How that was like a consideration. I was like fully embarrassed, dude. Fully.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. I remember the first time I brought a girl home. It was. It's a weird thing that when you're young, really strange.
Yeah, it is.
What was cool actually. So when I moved to the States when I was young, my family, well, my mum and her partner bought another house.
Yeah.
So I got home. I had no idea where I lived. I didn't know the area. I didn't know anything about the house. I remember getting home and they were both at work, and I'm like, is this where I live? Like, I don't even have a room. I literally my stuff's in a bag in a corner. It was
very
the weirdest
strange,
thing. The weirdest thing. I'll never forget that, man. It was it was strange.
I think it's a nice feeling having roots, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And all of those were just like moved while I was away. It's like, oh, we're moving house. I'm like, what about all my stuff? What's going on?
I've never thought about that. Like 18, not one girl had come over and met anyone. 18 years of age, I'm officially an adult. No wonder I'm so fucking immature now, eh?
He's still just hanging on to those childhood years, man, trying to live them back.
Dude, 18's quite old to be in a bunk bed, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got nothing for me, which is what makes me realise it's definitely weird. Like, you don't even want to make fun of me for this shit.
No, I'm like... Oh.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's... Yeah.
Are you okay? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good talking about it. I'm fine. Anyway, let's move on from that. I've just... let's move on from that. I'm just going to have a quick snack. I just...
Oh, mate, I'm going to join you. I need to stop doing this.
Dude, how good are they?
Shout out
Tunnocks, man.
To the fam at Tunnocks for hooking us up. Now this is my third one of these since it's been delivered.
You piss me off, you do. You're a saver.
I know. No, I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No.
You didn't grow up in a competitive food environment, did you?
No. I'm gonna disagree there. I'm a giver because all this stuff I want to give it away.
Nah,
I don't want to eat
taker.
it. No, I'm a giver.
That makes me a taker.
Yeah, you're the taker. You got the gift kit. You got the gift pack, and you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna eat it. I'm like, actually, the podcast fan will appreciate this. I'm gonna give it away.
Yeah, but I'm gonna eat it and enjoy it at such a pace that no one's ever seen before. You know. Like these tea cakes, I'm terrible. I've got through so many. I think I've got through all of those caramel bars now.
Arguably the best hookup we've ever had on the podcast, I feel like. This and the spike ball kit is pretty...
Oh, dude.
Up there.
Look at us. The podcast has really moved on, hasn't it? So
yeah, big shout out to Tunnets for hooking it up.
That's brilliant. Literally two blokes talking about literally nothing.
Talking about tea cakes once, and then...
Talk about tea cakes and childhood issues and problems and reasons why they're as weird as they are now. And we get free tea cakes.
Yeah. Decent.
That sounds like a win to me, dude. Big thanks to Tunnets, though. I actually loved the pack, and I guess you're going to do a bit on it now, but the Tunnets merchandise is second to none.
I have the hat here. It's still in the bag, obviously, but...
Of course.
Sorry for everyone with the rustling, but there you go.
Georgie's been wearing a Tunnets
tea cake soon.
hat.
Huh?
George has been wearing a Tunnets tea cake hat.
It's so sick.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw the giveaway up soon. So I was going to do it on Sunday, but I was beat. I couldn't even hold my phone, never mind take a photo. So yeah, I'm going to do a Tunnets giveaway. We got all sorts of shit to give away.
Big up Tunnets. I'm more of a fan than I ever have been before. Like by a long way now since then. Tunnets are the shit, man.
Super cool. Really kind.
Yeah, really kind.
And randomly, the guy who hooked it up is an ex-mountain biker.
Wicked.
And he's now a Focus rider.
Yes! What's his name?
Graham.
Graham. Thanks, Graham. You're the man.
He's checked in. He's listened to a few episodes. So
shout out to Graham.
Yeah. Shout out to Graham, who's now going to be riding a Focus.
He's going to be riding a Focus. I imagine it's quite hard working for Tunnets. Like, or maybe not. Maybe you go through the honeymoon period and you get a bit sick of eating that stuff the whole time. But I'm not out of it yet. I've not finished yet, but I'm not out of it yet. I'm loving life.
Good. You enjoy it, man. We deserve it.
I'm floating, dude, on a Tunnets cloud. A cloud of marshmallow, caramel, and wonderful chocolate. All still family owned and made in Scotland.
Really cool.
Really cool.
Yeah, it's sick. Really, yeah, sick. Thank you, Tunnets. Really, really cool. Really cool. So, what were we going to do? We got to pick a winner for the Stacks giveaway.
Oh, nice.
Let's do that before I forget, because to be honest, I want to get rid of all of the screenshots off my phone because they're taking up a lot of memory.
Yeah.
So I screenshotted every single one.
Good man.
I put them into this folder, and there's...
You can do random selection now.
53, I think. I might have missed a couple, guys. I'm so sorry if I missed a couple.
That's good odds.
There's a few tags. So do you want to just pick a number and then I can...
23.
Of course. So, okay. So that... Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, and they're on a tile. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
God, this would be good listening.
18, 19,
Oh.
23, there it is. It is Set Nicky Miro.
There you go.
Set
Nicky Miro.
At Set Nicky Miro. So you're the winner.
Nicky Miro.
Reach out. We got a Saks giveaway for you. Saks package, care package.
Well done, Nicky. Nicky is a female name or a male name? Which kind of Nicky spelling is it?
That's a good point, actually, man.
Because actually, there's a big package on the front of these Saks things, and if you've not got anything to put in the package, then they might.
That's a good question. That's a very valid point. Shall I just check? Although I'd hate to then say, "Sorry, you can't win it."
Yeah, that's so bad. Yeah. No, give it to Nicky. Nicky, there you go. Brilliant.
No, I found it. I found it's actually like Mirek. It's spelled. I think.
Ah, cool. Okay, so makes sense. Then.
Yeah, we're good.
Perfect. Brilliant. The sack will be filled.
Sack will be filled.
It's good to know. It's good to know. I hate to waste a sack's ball sack.
Hate to waste a good sack. And then we're going to do another giveaway on the next one too. Not with
Wicked.
Sack. We've got another brand on board.
Excellent.
We're going to hook it up. and it's going to be another banger. So, what else is going on, man? So you've been riding a bit. It's cool to see the bike getting loads of love. I love to see that the pink bike shared your stuff.
Yeah.
Although you said you're not riding good, the manual, the cutty, was a nice bit of footage.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate. No, I'm
nice.
probably riding fine. I just don't feel like I'm riding good yet. But it's obviously going to be natural. It's been a lot of time off, and it's a proper injury. So we'll be back amongst it soon. Do you know? I actually couldn't sleep the other night, and then I was going over and over. This is probably not going to come across well on the podcast, but we're going to roll with it anyway because that's what we do on the podcast. Basically, I was thinking. And don't switch off when I say what I was thinking about. I was thinking about the algorithm. Because whether we know it or not, all of us
data
are all of us, everything we watch is because of the algorithm, whatever that algorithm may be. And it sounds very boring. Basically, social media, the more I think about it, and if you're feeling bummed out and down, I think that social media can be a massive part to play in that. And I haven't really written down my thoughts clearly, but the algorithm itself is mega weird. So the algorithm obviously naturally just favours things which, regardless of whether they're positive or negative, it favours things with the most engagement or the most views or the most anything. So that can be a terrible thing, like a car crash, or it can be a great thing, like a really cool piece of riding. And you like to think that the cool piece of riding would rise above the car crash or the terrible thing or the controversial topic, but it doesn't. The algorithm doesn't see any of those things.
No.
So naturally, what you get fed is just what you get fed. It's the stuff that's the most engaging.
Yeah.
Which isn't how the world is.
It's not how the world is at all. I'll be honest, I've been thinking about it a little bit too recently because I've found myself spending a bit too much time on my phone again. Yeah. And not that it's not a positive thing, I only try and follow positive stuff, that and the other, but it's more that I'm looking at my phone, to be honest. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
But it is true, and it's interesting to think that once you fall in these algorithms, you only see certain things that algorithm thinks that you need to see, which means you miss out on loads of stuff.
Yeah.
Which is quite scary. But why were you thinking about it? In what context? Is it like
know,
from the fact of building your own platform and like you're trying to always get into an algorithm?
Well, yeah. Ultimately, you try and get stuff to do as well as you can because it's just that is your job. But I feel a certain amount of sort of guilt for it a little bit, you know, because all people are seeing is the highlight reel, and you know, even now, even what we've just talked about, for instance. So I posted a clip. It was a cool clip, whatever. It's it's the kind of clip that I would have clicked on and engaged with or whatever. But let me tell you, that day I didn't feel like I was riding good, and I wasn't riding good. I wasn't riding quick. That was just a small snippet of a day of arguably shit riding. I wasn't riding my best, and then I manualed into a turn and pinged out, and it looked cool on camera. And like, yeah, I guess it's just worth considering that everyone that posts on these things still has to clean skidders off the back of the toilets. They're just not putting them up there. And you go through life thinking, man, I have to clean a lot of skidders off the back of the toilets because of social media. Don't know if this is a good analogy. You get what I'm saying, though.
Yeah. Totally.
Don't look at that stuff and compare to your own life. Comparison is the thief of joy. Go outside, breathe fresh air. Don't worry about exactly what you're seeing on social media because it's not a representation of what the world's like for everyone else. I think I had a clearer picture of how I was going to talk about it in my mind, I think
it's good. I think you're right though, man. Totally, I'm with you 100%, and I think you've got to always stay mindful of that, no matter what. I find myself doing it all the time. We've spoke about this guy before, but the vlogger that I really like, Jon Olsen.
Yeah,
I did it today. I was sat watching his vlog. Just bought a Rolls Royce Phantom. He's relatively young, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, fucking, I've just been and bought a Honda.
Yeah,
Civic.
and that is really bad. That is bad because how you consume information, it doesn't have to be that. Like that period of time. And I'm not saying, dude, I'm guilty of it. I'd put out this content, but that period of time could have been you looking up something on something you're interested in. You know, couldn't it? It could have been a nature documentary. It could have been something, some kind of engine you're interested in, or
The bigger picture to that is obviously it's trying to be happy without. I don't really know. It's quite depressing in a way that you find yourself watching things, looking at things that not that you aspire to, but it's so much nicer when you're not doing that and you're just living for the sake of living, like not posting stuff on your social media, you're not publishing a highlight reel all the time, like you're actually just living for living's sake.
Yeah, 100%.
And someone put something on social media recently about picking up rubbish at a trail centre or on some trails, like, you know, did you pick up rubbish if you didn't like Facebook it or Instagram it or something? And it's weird that we fall into that thing of like, you have to do that almost. You feel weird if you don't. I don't know if you do that, but like sometimes I did it last night actually, and it's weird because now I'm going to talk about it, and I don't. But it's just as a thing. Like up the road from my house, there's a field where I walk the dog, and it's where there used to be some horses in it, and it's just full of shit.
Yeah.
For some reason, the wind just blows that way, and it's full of rubbish. So I went and litter picked it, and I'm like, do I need to show that I'm outlet? No, I don't. I'm doing it for the community. I'm doing it for me, so that my dog walks in the morning are nicer. But then the fact that you even think that in your brain is weird.
Yeah.
And sometimes people put out shit, and it's shit. It is, it is shit. People, the standard photo, isn't it? And I'm sorry for people who do this. It sounds awful, but just sort of the standard behind the bars photo with some trail in front of you.
What, with office for the day?
Yeah, or some dude. It's think about it. Why?
Office for the day.
But why? Like when you really boil that down, why? Who are you showing? What are you looking for? What do you want from people?
Yeah.
Like, oh, cool! Wow, you're out riding. Yeah.
And
whether you commented or not.
Yeah.
I was out riding because I want to be out riding, not for the sake of the photo.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting as well because it's like a turbocharger. So for this current boom in cycling, you can tell that it's just like social media and algorithms in general have just turbocharged people's interest. So they don't go, oh, I'm quite interested in mountain biking, let's say, in the Surrey Hills. They don't go from one video that they watch and then they go out and ride. No. They go from one and then two others get fed up. They watch the other two and then four more get put in their feed. Before they know it, they're watching their TV. It's filled with videos of mountain biking in the Surrey Hills. And then the more you watch it, the more it feeds you. Exactly the stuff, the same sort of like vibration. It'll just keep putting it your way and you'll keep consuming it. And before you know it, you're like me with fucking surfing, dude. It's all I want. And it's just and it is simply because of an algorithm. I'm watching something that's going on on the North Shore of Hawaii. I don't even swim, dude. And I'm watching this shit. I'm completely
over.
Have you been? I know I haven't been, and I'm going this afternoon. Before you talk, I'm going this afternoon. I am. I'm going this afternoon. I've already organised it.
We best get going then, because it's going to go dark soon, so let's crack on.
I'll send you a video of me swimming in the dark. But yeah, it is a turbocharger, so that can be good. It can turbocharge things that you're interested in, and it can create a fun interest, but it can also turbocharge things that you're maybe feeling bad about, or maybe even if it turbocharges something that you're interested in, that can then make you feel bad. So for instance, like you, like thinking, oh shit, I don't have a Rolls Royce. You don't need a Rolls Royce, dude.
No, not at all. You know what you need? Enough money to pay a couple of bills.
Yeah, and a good cold shower.
A good cold shower. You're good.
No, I think
also, we talk about this a lot. I think most podcasts that I do, we somehow talk about social media, but I think although I feel like sometimes it's like a stuck record, it's important to keep talking about it.
Yeah, I think so.
Because it's something that I feel like we're working out as a generation. Like we're still figuring this shit out. Like what is it? Like, and we always talk about YouTube and perfect analogy was Bren doing the roof jump thing, and your take on that was like, where does this stop?
Yeah.
Where do you stop trying to get into the algorithm? And I feel like loads of brands, though, it's really cool. Some brands are doing really sort of for me, it's not really about the numbers anymore. It's great, but it's about the engagement. It's about what someone might take away from that bit of content, whether they're inspired, motivated, feeling better about themselves, not feeling jealous or just worthless.
Yeah,
or,
exactly.
Do you know what I mean? I think.
Do you know what? The thing that I think I was trying to write down is, don't look at that rectangle and feel bad about your life because of what you've been served up on that, because that's not a reason to do it. You're killing it. Go out, breathe fresh air, and get it done. Like, it's not a fair representation of what the world's like. That's really all I was trying to put across, and I did it in the worst possible way. And I feel like we always say it. I think just if people are just a tiny bit more aware, that you just take it with a pinch of salt. Just everything you look at, just take it with just a little bit of like, yeah, but he also... Just imagine he gets out of the Rolls Royce and he has to clean a skidder off the back of the toilet. You know, just balance it up.
Yeah.
Remember the skidders. And we should make merch for that.
Remember the skidders. You know, slightly switching gears here, but you know, we've spoken about that new concept you came up with, a YouTube video, for a YouTube video.
Dude, it's on my list. It's on my list, man.
Is it?
Yeah.
Can you talk about it?
Let's talk about it.
Can I send you a clip to look at?
Please.
And this could be like a bit of a teaser maybe of to what you're going to do.
Perfect, dude. Perfect. So, shall I talk about the plan?
Right now. So,
okay.
And then you talk about what you're going to do. I'll send you a video to watch.
Okay.
I can input it into here.
Okay.
And that'll be like a bit of a teaser, and we can try and get some.
So this is an idea I came up with. It's not a new idea, really. People have done this before, but I wanted, whilst I had a broken ankle, I didn't implement this idea, but I should have done. But I was thinking we could offer it to the listeners. I want listener clips, whether you want me to work through your riding for tips, whether you want me to look at your fails and comment on them, what went wrong, anything really. I'm going to do a video where I sit here and go through people's footage of them riding with an aim to improve, and hopefully it'll also be entertaining to watch. Right now that's my idea.
So that clip I've just sent you.
Yeah.
You press play on that, and then I'll put it up here, and then we can talk about it a little bit.
Is this another crash?
Oh yeah.
Right, so we're talking about the first clip, right?
We must be. We're talking about the first clip, everybody.
Okay, so should we do an example of what's happened?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking at this clip. He's come in a little bit too slow. Speed sometimes can be your friend. What's also happened is he's not looking up. So if you're not looking up, so this gentleman, if to those watching on audio, to listening, you can't really watch on audio. Listening on the audio, I've got a clip here of a gentleman who's coming into a jump. It's up at Rogate Bike Park. He's not looking far enough ahead, and he doesn't have enough source. He doesn't have enough speed. He's come in slow. He's cased. He's bucked, and he's wiped out into a tree. Head first. Poor dude. But he's made a good video of it. I like the video.
He's made a quality video of it.
So, sure. So from that, my tips, I need to practice this. Obviously, this is off the cuff. But from that, I would say the tips I get from that are look up, and speed is your friend.
Yes, 100%.
Because that case could have been dealt with better if he knew which direction he was headed in. And that's my tip.
I love the little tip, actually, mate. I like that one. And I've just sent you another photo.
It's a nice photo. Now, someone's really nosed it into the back of a landing there, and you can see the suspension's working, but it's reached the end of its useful travel, unfortunately. We're bottomed out. We're going over the bars. Is that you?
No, it's not me.
So you're just sending me odd pictures of people crashing now?
I put out a thing on the Instagram and was like, if anyone wants to send a photo for us to look at, send it.
Oh, mate, wicked. Right, okay, whoever that is, I hope they're okay. That looks like it could be a scaphoid or a collarbone job, to be honest.
That is Alex on Instagram, at Alex_MTB.
AlexMTB, hopefully you made it onto that down slope okay, slid away to high fives and victory.
Amazing. I've got another one here for you.
Nice. We're doing it, dude. We're doing it live.
Yeah, this isn't a riding one, but we're going to have a quick look at it. And then we're doing it live. Sorry for people watching. I'm literally just staring at my phone the whole time. I know you want to see my pretty face.
Right. So that's a Mustang, isn't it?
This is a Mustang, and it came in from Charles Rowlands.
Charles
69.
You've beached your Mustang, dude.
Yeah, and he just wanted to know. Question to both of us: best rental car story.
Oh,
so that's a rental. I think that he's put on that on that curve.
He's beached a rental. He's board sliding a rental.
Yeah.
That is cased, isn't it? And that's rear wheel drive, and that rear wheel doesn't look like it's touching. So
no,
job's fucked.
It's pretty
the best rental car story I can ever remember is the reason my good friend Bernard Kerr is blacklisted from rental car companies, and this is at Rampage. He went to Rampage and disrespectfully got a Mustang. Right. A symbol of freedom and everything that the US stands for. And I've got to say, Bernard really rallied that Mustang. And he got full insurance, but it was insane. I've never seen a car like it. It honestly looked like it had been through, it looked so terrible.
Like the Jackass movie where he takes that rental car and makes it into a banger.
It is shocking. It is shocking. I mean, yeah, I've probably done bad. I'm generally quite respectful, I would say, but I tape bikes to the roof, but that's honestly the most extreme case of rental car that I've ever seen is Bernard's use of a Mustang. What about you?
The only one that springs to mind is when my cousin and I started our old camper van business. We were on a drastically short shoestring budget.
Yeah,
and I mean drastic. There was nothing. So we used to get into this little predicament sometimes where we'd have a vehicle in Poland, which is where our factory was, that needed to be in the UK fast because the customer was pissed off that we'd not brought it back on time and stuff, right? Because we had no money. I can't remember the reason, but for some reason getting a flight wasn't an option. We couldn't borrow a car. So somehow, my cousin, pretty good at blagging things, we managed to get a 24-hour loan, brand new Golf. So we walked into the dealership pretending like we were going to buy it, and then we somehow managed to convince them to let us take this car, brand new, and we drove it to Poland and back to pick up a van. Didn't manage to do it in 24 hours. Yeah, didn't manage it in 24 hours, but we thought if we can get the car out of the dealership, we can come up with an excuse as to why it's not back on time. So we took this car for 48 hours. We stayed overnight in Poland and then drove home. It was 20 hours, give or take each way. So we drove it all the way out there.
Wow, amazing.
With a shit ton of miles on it.
Yeah, I bet.
And just handed it over and we're like, maybe, we'll let you know. I honestly, it was a long time ago. It was when we first started the business and things were wild. We used to do some gnarly stuff to try and make this business work. So
crazy.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. It was honestly, I remember driving out of that lot, me and him in this brand new Golf. What have we just parked here? They've literally let us take a brand new car out of the lot.
That's well good.
So there we go.
There you go. So that summarises the YouTube idea. So I'd like to offer this out to the podcast listeners first and foremost.
How do you want them to get in touch, man? Are you going to set
just
up a
DM
website?
me the clips? No, if they just DM me the clips, and I'll just do my best to work through them. I think, to be honest, for a YouTube video, I don't need that. I'm going to get more than I need. So that'd be great. Anyway, it'd be cool to have.
We'd love to get some podcast listeners involved. So get your riding clips over. All the ones. There's quite a few actually here, man.
Is there?
Probably shouldn't. Yeah, I'd rather people sent them to you than us to go through them and half-ass. But we've thrown the idea out.
There you go.
There's a bunch here. Dan Scott. We've got him. We've got Gabe. We've got Brogan. All these ones that have sent them in. Send them up. Forward it to Ollie, basically. I don't want to deal with it. Forward it to Ollie, and then he's going to hopefully make it.
The working title at the minute is Squid Vice, but I think it's meant to be like advice for squids, but I think it's a bit of a mean title, isn't it? So we need to change that, maybe just a school of something, or I don't know, we'll work it out.
Yeah, school of something. School of something's good. Have you ever seen this photo? I don't know if this... I'm going to send it you first, just quickly, just because I don't know if this is a thing that's been going around for a while, but this is all the guy sent to me, and it made me laugh. I'll be honest, but I don't.
He just sent you that.
Have you seen it before?
No. Well, look at it. The Dildinator. Right, we need to get him on. Let's bring this up next week when we have him on as a guest. I think we're going to have Deaconator on as a guest next week. Look forward to it.
I'd like to know if he's seen that image before.
I don't
we'll
know
not put
if
it
they'd
up.
send
we'll
it
keep
to
it to
him.
ourselves that one, because it's
Let's keep it to ourselves. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Oh dear. I didn't know if that was a thing, because he just sent it and was like, I have no words, and I was like, me either, man. That's rad.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
Oh, right, what have you been watching and listening to, and then we'll do some listener questions and wrap this thing up.
Exactly what I was going to say. Okay, so my this week I've been watching the NBA All-Star game. It's been All-Star week, which is obviously very strange without a crowd, because it's essentially just good for the crowd, really. The All-Star game.
Oh, is that where they do like jump shots?
Yeah, exactly. They do all of the contests, and then they actually do East versus West. But really, when I was younger, you had like MJ going after it. He wanted the win. He wanted to win the All-Star game. Whereas now it's like, have you ever seen a Harlem Globetrotter game?
Yes. I was just going to ask you, they're not a real team, are they?
No. So that's like a fake basketball game, essentially. It's really cool. I love the Harlem Globetrotters. But it's not. The NBA All-Star game is like that. They're like, the points they score is insane, and people are taking like half-court line shots and stuff. So actually it's a bit of an anticlimax. So I would say, don't watch the All-Star game if you want to see proper basketball. Although it was quite fun to watch Steph Curry hit relentless threes. Okay. My recommendation
Can I just
for the week.
say quickly as well, I'm actually excited for the series to come out tomorrow.
Me too.
Last Chance You thing. Actually hyped for that. I like that concept. So I'm
definitely on board with that. It. Can't wait for that. Yeah. No, psyched on that one. My second one is largely for your mum.
Yeah, thank you.
And it's a Netflix series called White House Farm. I found it very gripping. It's a true story that actually happened. You can look it up afterwards. And I don't want to give anything away, but there was a big murder on a farm, and it's just it's just quite a good murder mystery, I guess. So I've been enjoying that.
Like it. Nice, dude.
My music, or do you want to do what you've been watching?
No, let's do it, man. Let's get them. Let's just
do them.
Get through them. Just do them. What have you been listening to, brother?
Biggie. I got a story to tell. After last week's recommendation, watched the Biggie Netflix documentary. Fantastic. Mm-hmm. The ending credits are a track called I Got a Story to Tell, and I just thought it was really cool. Love that song.
Nice. It's funny because I wrote down a Biggie song too.
No way.
Yeah, I did, yeah. So I've been listening to the Gimme the Loot song.
Gimme the loot, gimme the loot.
Gimme the loot. Now, I've also just gone through this epic running challenge too, where I just was pumping music into my head to try and keep going. So if anyone doesn't, I've got a playlist, the Hook It podcast playlist, and I've just actually been using that, which is really cool because it's full of music that actually fires me up.
Wicked.
And makes me want to go ride my bike and do stuff. So I had that playlist on, I had it on repeat for 6.5 hours, I think I was out running total without podcasts. So
oh mate, that's so sick that you can just literally listen to it straight away. I bet there's some tracks I've put in there that you were like, fucking on.
Oh, there is actually
a vibe killer.
A couple in there that I was like, come on, we'll skip
dude.
that one.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, yeah, that's Ollie's. Fucking hell.
No doubt.
And then watching, I'm actually hyped to share this one.
Yeah.
Because this is a sick documentary that I've just stumbled on. So this documentary is called Carts of Darkness. It's on YouTube. It's quite old. It's from 2000 and something. And this documentary is awesome. So it's about homeless people in Canada that collect cans and bottles for money. And the documentary is made by this ex-snowboarder. But the main point of the documentary is how these homeless people use shopping carts for bombing hills. So
no way.
So they put rocks in the front of them and they race shopping carts down these huge hills in Canada. And they're going 70, 80 kilometers an hour on a shopping cart. And it's insane. It's the coolest documentary.
Oh, wicked.
And there's really nice undertones in there. There's a guy who, no spoiler alert, but a guy who had left his wife. He just wanted to live a really simple life as an artist. and he was just talking about how much stuff we've been talking about actually, about like how much money he actually needs. And he's like, oh, if I get $20 a day, I can live. I don't need the car. I don't need the house. And then there's some alcohol stuff in there as well, which is kind of touching. But ultimately, this guy just loves bombing hills on shopping carts. And there's just this amazing bit of footage of him just bombing this hill. And it's cool, man. It's really cool. So yeah, Carts of Darkness.
Carts of Darkness. There you go. And that's on YouTube, yeah?
It's on YouTube, yeah. I found it on YouTube.
I'm going to check that out tonight.
Yes, Carts of Darkness. There you go. I'll tag you in the clip. Someone else tag me in actually, because it's just phenomenal.
Yeah, wicked.
It really is.
Now I'm going to have some sort of. I'm going to be part of some sort of homeless kart racing algorithm.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I have a burner YouTube account because I'm a bit protective over my algorithm. So I don't. Yeah, so I've got a couple set up. So I'll dip into one of them if I want to. Like I've been looking at videos of how to grout my bathroom.
Yeah,
and I don't want my YouTube getting fucked with. Like I don't want it.
Interesting.
It's a
good idea. I hadn't even thought of that. Yeah.
I go on the burner account and then that's just whatever.
Yeah.
Sad, really, isn't it? If you really think about it.
Protecting his algorithm.
Don't want you to fuck with my algorithm. I want to only see bikes and motocross, please. All right, a couple of listener questions and then we'll wrap this thing up.
Yeah, nice.
It's already getting on a little bit. Okay. I really should. Okay. Would you Oliver Cook has submitted this one a bunch of times. We've never done it.
Okay.
Would you rather put a toothpick under your toenail and kick a wall, or slam your balls in a door?
I mean, probably the toothpick. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. You.
I'll go balls in a door.
Would you?
Yeah. Toothpick thing sounds like it's one of those things that just make me like cringe for like forever if I kept thinking about it.
Yeah, I just want to reproduce.
Sweaty. Yeah, they might still work.
Willing to roll the dice, dude.
Roll the dice. End up with that. Especially with sax, man, you won't get a dumb kid. So
there you go.
At Brad_Raven, what was cool when you was young but isn't now?
Arguably nearly everything. Like I was thinking about it the other day, like I just don't know what's cool anymore. When I see like a trendy, like a hipster kid walking along now, it just isn't something I understand.
I think that's when you know you're getting old too. When when people are wearing the stuff now that you wore or was fashionable then, when you were younger, you remember it the first time round.
I know it's kind of a tired premise, but like TikTok to me just seems absolutely like it's something that I completely don't understand. Like what we dance and then like what like
that's Deeks, he's got one. I think he's on TikTok.
Yeah, so we get these songs and then we all do dances, do we? Or like I just don't understand it at all.
No. What was cool when you was young but isn't now? Sugar,
was
sick when I was young, man. I used to oh, what up, cat? Sugar was good, but yeah, it's not cool anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, so much stuff like that. So many things.
Yeah.
So many homophobic slurs that you absolutely cannot say now works completely socially acceptable. And actually, so many things are completely different like that.
True.
Hopefully, lots of positive change, I would say.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, you're right. I was going to say something. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. Let's not do it.
It's a different rabbit hole, isn't it? But I feel confident we could cover it at some stage. But it's very.
Oh no! What you were saying? Oh, happy to talk about that. What I was thinking. I don't want to say that.
Okay.
What I was saying. So what did you say?
I can't even remember. But a lot has changed. That's all I wanted to say, and for the better.
Yeah, it has. Okay. At KDog91, do you have any advice to encourage kids and other riders who don't dig to respect a jump spot? Well, that's great, actually. That's really
kids
good.
That don't dig.
Yeah.
They're kids that can't ride. And that's the best way it works. Yeah, unfortunately.
How do you enforce a can't dig, no ride? How do you enforce it without brutal force?
Something called a squirrel catcher. So you dig something. The first feature should always be the most difficult feature there, just to, well, you get a load of collarbones done out the way. I think I'm starting to give just bad advice.
I like it. Build something ridiculous that no one else can ride.
Or you can gate your trails, which I think is actually, the more I think about it, the more stuff I should have gated, because it just saves all of the bad stuff. But yeah, ultimately, if you don't help, then why are you getting to ride it? That's what I think.
Yeah, true.
Head to the bike park and you can pay, and someone else does it for you. Perfect.
Yeah. Perfect. At Big Lad Bikes, what do you do straight after recording? Do you leg it to the toilet for a dad-sized piss? Personally, yeah. Usually that's pretty much. And then I sit back here and then edit everything together.
There you go. Well, normally after we finish, we normally talk for like half an hour and then have an awkward period where we both try and hang up and we can't hang up. Go.
Okay, what else we got? At Elliot Delph, Ollie, who is OJOB? Wilkins Surf Trip /Vog at the wave pool. And then he's added, with Sam Pilgrim.
Pilg's good at surfing.
Is he? Yeah, I can imagine. I think he's good at most things.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's good at playing
down a hill.
He's really good. And he's hung out with actually Jamie O'Brien himself. There's actually a Jamie O'Brien vlog with Pilg in it, and he's met him a load of times at the GoPro thing, hasn't he? I'd love to go to one of those wave pools. I think that'd be a funny place to suck at something for an hour-long slot.
Yeah, you need spectators when you're going to suck at something, don't you? You need like people watching, going, "Oh, fuck this guy."
Yeah, really make it a fully humbling experience for sure.
Totally.
Yeah. Totally. I'm with you. It does look cool, doesn't it? That's that Bristol wave pool thing. It does look rad.
We went to the one in Scotland. I can't remember where it is.
Ah, there you go. Cool.
We went there for a stag do not long ago.
Nice.
Well, 3 years ago. So not long
Nice.
ago. Time goes fast. Sucked there too. Same. Sucked in the ocean. I suck in the ocean. I suck in a wave pool. It doesn't matter if there's a wave involved.
Full kook, yeah.
I'm shit.
Good.
So.
That's what.
But I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better.
I am. I'm going to get barreled. I'm not going to get better. I'm not trying to get better. I'm trying to get barreled, dude.
You're going to get barreled. At Prime Evil Illustration, Ollie, send me a photo of your G-Wag.
Cheers for the reminder. On it, dog.
At Evan X Trader, where in the US would you like to ride /explore?
Lots of the US I'd love to explore. You've probably got more experience than me. I've been to
only in one state.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah. I've been. Do you know it's like the Middle America? I'd love to experience and see.
Really?
Yeah, I'd just like to see bits of everything. Really, I've never been like East Coast, tropical Florida, Miami.
No,
at all.
Same.
Been lots of California. But yeah, I'd really like to just kind of experience Middle America, to be honest. It fascinates me. I've been really fantasising about a trip since this lockdown, because there's some of the trips that I really, really miss going to America.
Yeah.
Always great fun. How about you?
I'd like to check out America. I'd like to go ride some of the desert stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it'd be way out of, probably comfort zones, but just going there and just floating around and hitting some things.
Oh, no, if you go Virgin, there's stuff that you can ride down that looks like rampage runs and is chill. You can,
I'd like to do that. Yeah. I think that would be my go-to, to be honest with you.
That'd be wicked.
Yeah.
Let's do it!
Let's go.
Actual freedom ride, which we need to talk about maybe on the next episode. Freedom ride episode, yeah.
At always_Anthony, what is the most useful skill both of you have? Oh, useless. Sorry, useless. Yeah, useless skill.
So I wish I could play an instrument. I can't.
I can blow those, what do you call, like spit bubbles, when they float off. Sometimes.
That's impressive, though. If you could do one now, that'd be great. That'd be good content for YouTube. Yeah, go on. It's not cummy enough at the minute, is it?
No. I've had a ton of it, it's not happening. I'll do one on Instagram.
Oh, please, mate. I can't wait to see it. I'd say one of my most useless skills is I can backflip a mountain bike.
Yeah, true. Very good.
Pretty pointless, let's be honest, in the scheme of things. Chicks don't dig it. No one cared. And it took years.
At Dom Baines, what habits or routines do you think you'll keep once we're out of lockdown?
Weekly podcast? Eh?
Let's go back to monthly, please. Thank you.
What would it... Well, I don't know what I'd keep, really. I don't know is the answer. There's going to be some leftover things, but I just don't know. How about you?
My routine, trying to keep a routine. Again, this has been a big reality check for me because I've never had one before. And the fact that I get up every day and do the same thing, walk the dog at 6:30, is really nice. I love it. It's actually nice having a routine, and then I come back. I've just got my morning routine. That's what I'll say. I'm going to keep my morning routine, which is walk the dog, come back, coffee, read, meditate, get to work. And it works so nice. Like I really miss it.
Good on you. I've always been a 6:30 wake up guy, and just lately, dude, I've been a lounge lizard. I've been sleepy Susan. I've been honestly getting up at like 8:15, and I'd never normally. I've always been super early guy.
Yeah, you were at the beginning. I remember that as well. Early guy in lockdown.
Yeah.
I mean, 8:15 is not late. I mean, some people do. They're real lazy and they're laying
crazy
for hours. Yeah.
I'd like to hear actually out of our listeners, just to make me feel a bit better, who sleeps in the latest. Like, obviously, it's different if you get completely pissed, but I'd love to hear what people can do on a weekend.
Yeah,
and it's probably
hours wise in bed.
Yeah, or just like, when do you wake up? Because I think like it doesn't. If you go to bed at 4 a.m, then understandably you're going to wake up a bit later.
Yeah.
But just some people can just sleep, can't they? And I'm not one of them.
Really? I'm naturally really lazy, so I have to beat myself up in the morning and get out of bed.
Is it lazy if you're unconscious? I don't think it is.
I mean, it's when your body does rest, recuperation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Anyway. Yeah, I don't think of it as lazy sleeping in. Like, if you wake up, doze around.
Your body needs sleep. I think it used to be like a badge of honour too. It definitely did with me. I'd be like, I'm knackered. I'm running around like an idiot. And then I've got a bit older, and I'm like, no, my body's telling me that it's tired, and I just need to sleep.
Yeah.
It's not a lazy thing at all. Your body just needs sleep to recover.
Yeah, I'm not even late night Larry. I'm late. No. I'm not late night Larry, but I am sleepy Susan at the minute. And we're gonna get this. We're gonna turn this around. I'm gonna ride maybe a tiny bit less and try. Or maybe I'll just get fitter. I'll get better, and then we'll be back in the normal routine.
Gets better if you do the cold water swim. I'd guarantee it.
Well, I'm going in a minute.
Done for anyone listening as well. We joked about it just before, but let's just. You did say that there'd be a charity donation or something.
Yeah, I'll do it. All right, fine, I will. Yeah, I'll do a charity donation and I'll go swimming. I'm going swimming in a bit. I'll send you a video. Fine.
Okay.
All right. Stop having a go at me. Okay. The whole time.
All right. So you can go swimming. Let's just do a couple more and then we'll get you out of here. So you can go swimming.
Yeah, you can't wait.
At Henry Leahy, how often do you guys get fan encounters? Have you had any funny or weird ones?
Yeah, weirdly often now. I think the power of the algorithm. Again, it's like mountain biking is just bigger news. Certainly wasn't a thing when I was younger, but yeah, quite a few. Everyone's lovely. Tends to attract nice people. I think everyone I meet's lovely. Certainly, if they're podcast fans, they've listened to a lot of. They know exactly who we are, which is strange. 'Cause you have to remember, I don't know. So people come in talking to you as a mate, because rightly so, you are
connected.
You understand exactly who I am and who Davey is, I would say. Whereas I don't know who you are. So I met someone in the woods the other day. I was walking along in the woods. I'd just been to the pet shop. I had a bag of locusts. I mean, how weird is that? So there's a 35-year-old dude walking along in the woods with a bag of locusts in a Honda jacket, and the guy's like, "Hey, Ollie, how you doing?" Just out of the blue.
What, out of a bush?
No, he was with his family, with his kid. Completely normal, lovely chap. And he even said to me, "Dude, we talked for like 10 minutes. We went on a walk together, talked for like 10 minutes, and he's like, Mate, I'm sorry, this feels really weird, but I actually just realised you don't actually know who I am, and I really feel like a connection to you. I know exactly who you are. I watch your videos, I listen to podcasts. Like, I just want to... my apologies if that was really weird. And it wasn't weird, but it could be weird, for sure.
Totally.
Yeah.
I was going to message you actually. So up the road from me, there's some little trails, nothing crazy, just a few local lads digging up there that are relatively new to mountain biking. And I went up the other day, and obviously I'm on my bike on the Eve on the Focus, and one of the guys is like, "Oh, is that a Focus?" I was like, "Oh yeah," chatting away. And then we were talking about e-bikes and this and that, and he's like, "Yeah, I really like Focus." He goes, "Do you watch Ollie Wilkins videos?" Like that, and I was like, Yeah. And you could tell he was like, no, this is great actually, because he's looking at me.
Yeah.
He's obviously trying to suss it out, and he was like, "Do you?" I'm like, yeah. He's like, "Do you know him?" And I was like, "Yeah." Yeah, we do like this podcast together. He was like, I knew it was you.
How weird is that? It's just a set of woods in a different spot. It's mad.
It was great. It was really funny, and I'm like, yeah, fuck, there you go.
There you go.
So that was it wasn't a weird one. It was lovely actually. Really nice lads, and they're doing tons of work up the road. So thank you so much, because I know you probably listen. So
wicked. Well, good. Yeah.
All
what
right.
a strange thing. What a strange thing.
Definitely. Should we wrap up?
Sure thing. Well, have you got another? Would you rather?
I was going to do Mo's because it's the last one. But
you were going to what?
I was going to do Mo's question.
What is Mo's question? Is it offensive?
Well, it just says doggy or missionary.
Oh, Mo.
Come on, Mo.
Oh,
just
Mo.
promoting the brand. Like, lovely, just doing that little thing.
Oh, that is brilliant. That is brilliant.
Comment below. Let's leave it. We'll leave it to the listeners. Comment below. Doggy or missionary. Just leave it below in the comment section. No one will say anything. There'll be no likes on it. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, just do D or M so our comments don't look creepy, you know? Just D or M, honestly.
Imagine stumbling across the video and it's like loads of comments. Just
Doggy.
doggy.
It must say something about you, actually, like psychologically, it must say something about you. If you want to dominate someone or if you want to just be submissive, maybe. I wonder.
Yeah,
Who knows?
Again, comment below. Just leave it there. We'll...
Can't even comment below a podcast. What the fuck are we doing? Thanks for listening. Episode 23. We're done, aren't we? We're done.
Yeah, we're done. We didn't support a small business because I forgot to put it out there. So support your local small business, no matter what it is. Sandwich shop, coffee shop, go support them. And if you use promo code HKT Lockdown, they'll probably give you a discount.
Just straight after the doggy and missionary. You can't.
That's a wrap.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh, God.